Hi, my name is Francine and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, so my job right now is to make every day count. Hey everybody. Hello everyone. How are you? Hope you're doing well. So I wanted to preface this video with the fact that I did another video. I did two other videos. I wasn't really feeling good, and so I didn't like the way they came out. I like to check in even when I'm not feeling good, but it was just, I don't know, it was kind of blasé to me. I don't know. I just had the blase. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. So this is post Eagles win. Go Eagles. And I know from my community post that you know that I'm a big Eagles fan. I was actually happy that I'm still here to see them win. So, yeah, a little gratitude in my day. I would have liked to have gone to a big Super Bowl game party, but that did not work out. But that's okay. We had plenty of junk food. Oh. In fact, some food that was in the freezer never even came out. But we got pizza and all kinds of things. Stuff that didn't make me feel good. I woke up with swollen joints and aches and pains. That was probably more a sign of age than it was cancer. But so, yeah, I was really, really happy about that happening. And I have like my Eagles gear. So in case anybody didn't know, I grew up right outside of Philadelphia, right across the bridge in New Jersey, Cherry Hill. And so that's why I kind of call it my hometown team. And I bleed green. So we won't have to talk about it again this season. It's done. But I was happy to be able to see that one more time. I'm probably going to finish the video in the house, but I wanted to come aboard first because I'm out and about and I'm going to a therapy appointment, which seems to be going okay. I don't even know what the video is going to be quite today. I've got one of two topics, but that gives me the opportunity to ask you, is there a topic, well, not just a question, but is there a topic that you would like me to address having to do with cancer or my life, which is fine. And it really could be anything. I have a short list, but your input's always important, even when it's something I don't want to hear. Yeah, I've got great viewers here, great subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. It helps my channel grow. And so I wanted to just start this video in the car because Chris's car needs to go into the shop. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to vlog in the car for a while. Chris's car is it's around 20 years old. Maybe closer to 25 at this point. I'm not really sure. But it's old. It's an Element, in case anybody's curious. And he is not planning on parting with that anytime soon. So if I end up without a car after the lease is done for a little while, that's not going to be easy. But in any case, so they might have it for close to a week is what I'm thinking. And that's fine. He always comes back ready for a few more miles. Now, he's been good to Chris. It's been good to me. So there's a lot of traffic today. So also we are going to be getting snow a little bit later, but I don't think we're going to get very much. So we have to get Chris's car in, and I'm going to have to meet him there at the car garage. And then we'll both drive into the sunset together. But I don't think there's going to be sun at all, because we are going to get snow this afternoon into like the wee hours of the morning, but it's supposed to only be like maybe 3 inches. And then it'll turn into rain. So we're getting another event tomorrow, but it might just all be rain. At least this is what the experts say. They're not always right. I mean, we have people here watching this video from Canada and Australia and England, and I'm just wondering, do you have the same problem with weather people? I mean, I do think it's gotten better over the years because of technology. Okay, so that's my opener. Just wanted to say hi and see how you're doing. And then we'll go on to today's topic. Hi, everyone. I am back now up in my bedroom. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but my bedroom's purple. And that wasn't even my idea, but it's my favorite color. So I wanted to talk to you today about a breakthrough I had in therapy. I don't know if I'm going to be in therapy for a long time, because I feel like I'm not really sure what I'm looking to accomplish, but maybe it's just to talk things out or release some things before I leave. The therapist does ask me occasionally, so what do you want to get out of this? I don't know. I don't know, but I do feel better when I leave therapy. So, whatever is going on, I guess it's working. So I had a big breakthrough the other day, and I've talked about not being who I used to be or doing what I used to do, and having given up so much of my life. I realized I was grieving me, grieving a loss. I mean, I did have an anticipatory grief session or two about a year ago or so, and we just left it at, if I need it, then I can come back. But I'm with more of a traditional counselor now that doesn't necessarily specialize in anything. And I could go back to the other counselor, but I think that this counselor is already giving me what I need, so I don't think I will. But during the session, I just realized my sadness was that I can never be who I was. And I'm grieving the loss of myself. We all go through that. I mean, nobody is who they were 10, 15, 20 years ago. But it's really different once you have a terminal illness, because, well, I'll give you an example. One of the roles that I played as a pastor running a church, we closed the church right before COVID, which was a good thing because financially we were not stable. And I basically feel like we got out while we could, even just to pay the last month's rent. And my friends who were part of that church sometimes will go to lunch or just text or whatever. And I hear all the time, I really miss the church. I really miss the church. Well, there's a lot I could say about that. Like, the attendance was down and we didn't have enough people volunteering on committees. to get all the jobs done, and I was pretty exhausted. So, yeah, I could say that. But the fact is that if I weren't sick, I mean, this was about 7 or 8 years ago. If I weren't sick today, it's something I could consider. I could consider a new church, and I've grown so much, and I've learned from mistakes, as we all do, hopefully, and I could do it different this time, but I can't, and that's the difference. I mean, yeah, you can't go home again, but there are things that you can do instead. But it takes just as much of the energy that I expended then, and that was a lot of energy. I just don't have that kind of gas in the tank anymore. So the loss, the grief, it's different. And I almost really bawled my eyes out, but I don't know why. I don't know why I stopped myself, but I do. And I did cry. I did use a tissue, so it wasn't an unhealthy kind of situation, but it was an aha moment. And like I said, I've talked about grief before, but I'm going to change this light a little bit. I look a little, I don't know. Let's try that. I don't know if that's the same or not. I feel like I look green. I mean, maybe no light. I don't know. Probably have enough light. But then I feel okay. Okay. So I think that no matter how, when you're terminally ill, whether it's cancer or something else, and whether you see the decline that is steep or if it's not so steep and it's slow, like myself, either way, you just see that you can never revisit a lot of things that you used to do before. And my life was always pretty full. Besides the church, which wasn't decades or anything, but I've always been involved in a church one way or another. And I am involved in another church, but not, I'm a visiting minister. I speak, I deliver a homily every couple of months, which is definitely satisfying. So I'll take what I can get. The volunteer work that I was doing was not for very long. That was kind of an after diagnosis situation, sort of my bucket list. And I realized that was kind of tough on me too. I just wasn't able to commit to the classes I was teaching because I never know how I'm going to feel when I wake up. And I've had to cancel before, and I don't like letting people down. People are very understanding, but at some point it's going to become more difficult. So, yeah, that was really bothering me. And I miss myself. I'm not depressed, but I am grieving. And I guess when I say, like, you guys are my therapists, it's a place I can come and I know I can talk to you about it. I mean, I'm going to be judged no matter what. Whatever kind of video I put up, there's always a comment or two. That's okay. I've learned that's part of being on YouTube. And people aren't always very nice and they're thoughtless at times. And I'm very lucky, though, that I haven't encountered that too much. But criticism aside, I feel safe. And I know a lot of people are going through the same things. So I want you to know that you're not alone if that's the situation. And grieving is hard. I was very active. And what I did for a living defined me, and all the extracurriculars that I did, all my hobbies, always defined me. And because of the disease in my hands, I can't do even my crafts anymore. So I have an area in the basement, like shelving unit, with all kinds of, especially jewelry crafts, but lots of crafts I'm going to need to let go of. I figured I'll bring them all up into the garage in the spring and take a lot of pictures. But that's very sad to me. I just don't have the grip to twist wires and things like that, use the tools. I can, I suppose, but making a pair of earrings could take a whole day. I don't know. I can't even open a jar. So I don't like being dependent. Even opening a jar, I don't like that at all. I've always been very independent. So the Francine of 2025 is not the Francine that existed in 2018. And I say that because I went right from closing the church and going through a pretty bad divorce to COVID and lockdown and freaking out about that. And then from COVID, a little bit of a reprieve. And then I had a diagnosis. And then treatments, and then a worse diagnosis. So I've been, I guess, disappearing, for lack of a better word, for the better part of, 6-7 years. And I can't go back to everything that I lost. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, losing a piece of yourself is, in some ways, even more powerful than losing other people. I just didn't even realize it, how affected I was by this grief. So, even though I'm dying, I feel there's still room to heal. Healing from my past, healing from regrets. And we all do healing from, like, look at relationships, for instance. We grieve relationships. After a breakup, for instance, you're never going to be the same person because you won't identify with that partner. And we all grieve ourselves at one point or another. But this was just like kind of a lot. But hopefully, if there's a breakup, you'll get another partner. My losses are final. So, yeah, that's a lot for me. It was a lot for me to make this video, especially like right off the cuff. Grief is an innate emotional process that humans go through, and we go through it to heal. We heal from inherent losses that we as humans face. That's the long and the short of it. It is who we are and what we do. All creatures grieve. And like I said, even though I'm dying, there's always room for healing in some way. And with healing comes growth. I can't stop living until I stop living. So I really was glad to have that particular breakthrough. And now I can process it. And then I can accept it. This is why people don't retire. because they don't want to lose that part of themselves. So people that are workaholics, they still have the energy, then go do it. I just didn't really have that choice. Yeah. I miss me. I really do. I miss waking up and just feeling great and all my bones and joints, no pain, no nausea, and then I'm ready for the day. I was. Sometimes I still do wake up that way, but I think this video is hard to make. I didn't realize that. But I want to thank you so much for listening, and I want you to have a fabulous day. Know that you're loved, you're cared for, you're blessed. So I will see you in the next video. And like and subscribe if you're still here. I would really appreciate it. Help my channel grow and reach more people. Bye.